And I joined the team, and we decided to put in 536 condominiums and 200 social housing units. And the developer was building bad product. And I came to the meeting and I said, poor people don't buy condos, so let's put great product in. And I came up with a slogan of be bold or move to suburbia. And be bold or move to suburbia got a lot of attention, and I'm paid to come up with 99 ideas a day, and one of them are good, and that was one that was good. We had a lineup, and we sold it out in a day, and it has helped stabilize the downtown east side. I spent a lot of time giving back and working to get the homeless off the street with Street to Home. And the other thing that we've done is in Chinatown, if you ever drive across the Georgia Viaduct, you might see neon 6 stories high, so 75 feet across, that says everything is going to be all right. And I took the oldest building in Chinatown, because I think Chinatown has been forgotten, it's been hijacked and moved out to Richmond. And I know my demographic. And we have a neon sign above the building that says everything's going to be all right. It's a piece of art by a British artist, Martin Creed, and we gave it to the city. And the reason that I believe philosophically everything's going to be all right is because we have no goddamn choice but to deal with what we're presented with, and we're going to make it all right. It's a very controversial sign in Chinatown and in the downtown east side, but it's up there for the rest of my life as public art. And then we took the oldest building in Chinatown and we converted it into my office space and 20,000 square feet to house a contemporary art collection. And the only reason I work is to continue to grow my art collection, because I think you need a passion and you need a reason to get out of bed every day, and you're all going to find your own. But what I thought I would do is pick the seven things that I learned going to Van Tech High School. Before I give the 7, is I believe that I'm a brand, I'm a regional brand, and I've built it over the last 38 years. And everyone in this room is a brand. All as you have is your name. And everything you did today, the way you included the unpopular guy, or you did not include the popular girl, whichever way it goes, that everything you do either enhances your brand, dilutes your brand, or a miracle happens and you maintain your brand. And by including the popular girl, it doesn't enhance your brand, it enhances theirs. By including the unpopular person in the room, you're not doing them a favor, you're actually doing yourself a favor, and you're enhancing your brand. And I think you have to get used to what it's going to be like out in the real world, and it's extremely diverse. So the 7 things that I picked up going to Van Tech are not necessarily just pure education, but maybe a little more philosophical. And you are going to learn to put up with authority, which you already are. You've got Dave here. You're learning to show up. You're learning to understand the courses, teachers, friends, and activities that you want to be engaged with. You are learning that you're a little different than anyone else, Charles and Point. You are learning to trust your instincts, and you're learning to respect others, and to gain the respect of others. And the largest skill set that you will leave Killarney High School with is learning to avoid assholes. And I think it's a very, very important skill set that you will carry into the business community. And we're not going to teach you this in your business courses, but it is no different in the real world when you come to authority. I have 31 employees that work very hard to make me look good and protect my company's brand. As we talked about, we design and market condominiums. One of my largest clients, I won't give you his name, but he pays me $25,000 a month to have coffee with him 3 times a week. And the reason he pays me that large amount of money is he doesn't always want to talk about real estate, and he doesn't want me on my iPhone wandering and not being interested. So by paying me handsomely, I pay attention. But last year I was having coffee with him at a coffee shop in Kitts, and he said, will you run across the street and get me some matches for my cigar? And I thought, and my inner voice goes, do you know who I am? And I went and got him the matches. Because he pays me a lot of money and he wants my attention. And not unlike at school, and not unlike when you get into the workplace, he was testing me. there's always going to be somebody smarter and richer than you. Last Thursday, I was in San Francisco at a dinner for my board that I chair for the Tate Museum in London, and a table for 8, and sitting on the other side of the table was the #6 investor in Facebook. So this kid's 28 years old, he owns half of Instagram, and he just started UberCar with his company. And Pamela, the hostess of the party, was sitting next to me, and I said to her, billionaire, and she said, 2. But this guy had money, but he was just a fish out of water in the room because that's all he had was money. He didn't have the intellect, he wasn't a collector, he was just sitting on the fringe, and nobody knew that he was worth $2 billion. So again, even to him, there was more power in the room, and somebody is always smarter than you, and somebody is always richer than you. I was actually humbled to be sitting at the table with a kid that made this amount of money, but it just sort of made me look back that you have to earn your stripes. That's all he has is money. And I'm sure you've all seen the movie Social Network. He was an awkward character right out of Social Network. And so I look at my age, I'm continually learning, but that smarter and richer, I think, is something that you should carry with you.